Hey, let's talk about jealousy. It's pretty easy to identify. We know what it is even when we don't want to admit it. It's the subject of tons of sitcoms, for example. Let's look at a situation playing out that was given to me in the comments a little while back. While at a bar, a guy, we'll call him Bar Guy, sees another man flirting with his girlfriend. First off, no story that ends in a bar ever ends well. So, lesson for life. But anyway, this guy becomes angry and stalks over to throw a punch. Who's in the wrong here? Is it the girlfriend who was existing attractively? Is it the fellow who saw her as someone attractive in a public place? Or was it the person who physically reacted to his fear? What fear, you might ask? Well, slightly more complicated. So let's go back and look at the subject line, jealousy. Jealousy is a fear of not being good enough. It's pretty insidious because a person can have pretty good self-esteem and still actually be vulnerable to it. Something that I've been saying a lot in these shows is it's very important for you to be honest with yourself. If you can have a superpower, make it introspection. If you know what is you're afraid of, you have a way of being able to deal with it. So this is how we get from a happy date to jail time. First, we perceive something as a threat. Remember that perceptions control our emotions. So what you see isn't what you get, though, because of where we actually are coming from. I don't know what made the bar dude feel threatened. Maybe his history with her is that she always went out with somebody that wasn't him. Maybe that was their first date and he just didn't know how he was measuring up. Maybe it's just his dates and history in general. Maybe he saw that other person as particularly good looking and didn't think he could match up. None of it matters because from the perception of a threat, he went to fearful, not angry. He went to afraid. Anger is a secondary emotion. It processes from a place of fear, what we have to lose. In this case, whatever the reason, bar dude thought he was going to lose his date. Something that's particularly stupid about masculine culture is the disavowal of being afraid. From Marty McFly to Rambo, Star-Lord to Thor, none of them are ever afraid. They're always hurrah, ready to go, or, aren't chicken. Never backing down. It's idiotic. Instead of considering his fear and seeing a way of dealing with it, Bar Guy decided to get around it by becoming angry. And anger actually can be useful. But it's never going to work well when it's only used to cover up something else. So, if you're angry about something, ask what you're afraid of. You'll know the right answer, and once you know that, you can make an informed decision about whether or not it's worth punching somebody.